What's up, football fans? I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today. Welcome to NFL Game Plan. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you our Week 5 preview between the Washington Redskins and the Atlanta Falcons. And we're going to be joined by our football game plan analysts, Teron Davenport, Gene Clemens, and also Chris James. So let's start this video off by taking a look at my keys to victory. Starting with the Redskins in this ball game, I think it's going to be important that they control the tempo and the pace of the game. So I would play up tempo. Now that doesn't mean get to the line of scrimmage and snap it quickly. You can get to the line of scrimmage quickly and still take the full play clock. I think that's what they have to do against Atlanta to stay in this ball game offensively. Now defensively, I would keep those Falcons receivers busy at the line of scrimmage. You have to press these guys, throw off the timing of the passing game, and get Matt Ryan to hold the football a little bit too long. And going back to my first point, looking at point 3, making it a boring game. Get to the line of scrimmage quickly, but slow the pace down. I think that's how you control the pace, control the tempo. I think that's one way offensively they can have a lot of success versus Atlanta. As far as the Falcons are concerned, I would ride that offensive balance. I love the way the Falcons are playing offensive football right now. They're running the football. They're operating off play action. They're taking timely shots deep down the field. They're attacking every quadrant of the field. And when you're facing an aggressive 3-4 defense like Washington, having that type of balance goes a long way in helping you win the football game. And defensively, it's about making the plays that are available. Kirk Cousins will give you an opportunity to make a play on 1 or 2 passes in this ball game. The Falcons do have some ball hogs back there in the secondary. They have to make sure they convert and create those turnovers. And also defensively, I will play off man. I love the way they are able to attack the football once it's in the air. That gives them the luxury of playing off, where they can read and then react and drive on the football and on the ball carrier. So I will play a little bit more off man this week if I'm Atlanta. This week versus the Washington Redskins is going to be important for the Atlanta Falcons to find ways to neutralize that pressure of that Redskins defense. And I'm going to show you how they can do that by expanding the field and expanding their responsibilities, their coverage responsibilities, and finding the individual matchup that fits their offense. I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back in the backfield. Devonta Freeman's having a hell of a year right now. And what we're going to do with this formation, see, for the Redskins, it still looks like a run formation, but that's where they're wrong. Falcons don't run. They fly. Let me show you what we're talking about here. We're going to motion this back out wide. And what we're doing, we're going to read the 3 backers. The reason why you want to motion them back out wide, you're trying to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to bump their coverage over so that way they don't get outflanked. So now we have the back sitting at the bottom of the numbers. We have this receiver at the bottom of the numbers. So now that defense is expanded. You've weakened the rush responsibilities, so now you should be able to protect up front. And you also are going to see if these guys bump over. So now you have Julio Jones right here in the slot. I like Roddy White on the same side. You know, you can put Leonard Hankerson over here and have him have fun with Devonta Freeman on the backside. So what we're doing, we're going to attack front side. Obviously, we want to get the football to Julio Jones. So if these guys bump over like they're supposed to, when they see motion out, so now you have empty, so he's sort of bumping over. Now what you're reading, if you're Matt Ryan, you're reading this backer here, you're reading this backer here, and you're also keeping an eye on the safety in the corner. So you're going to attack weak side because your tight end is on this side, strong side of the formation. Defense will adjust and shift. So as they adjust and shift, let's readjust what we just drew up. So now they're here. So they're adjusted a little bit. So now they're over a little bit. What that does is gives this tight end free reign to split these guys. Boom. He's running down the middle of this defense, hopefully pulling the safety away, keeping him out of harm's way, out of the play. We have the running back just running a takeoff route. Now that's either going to pull the corner or he's going to pull one of these backers and get caught in the wash. What you have this receiver doing here, Leonard Hankerson, you're going to run a skinny post, put the corner in the bind, you put the safety in the bind. If Matt Ryan wants to, he can attack strong side, but we really want to get the football, like I mentioned, to Julio Jones. So he's going to run the most effective route in football, your turn route. Stop, turn. That's what it is. Or if this is taken away, if they want to buzz underneath and try to aggressively take away Julio Jones, you have right behind him the skinny to Roddy White. And his big body, his big frame can make this play 9 times out of 10. So you're reading the backer to the corner. So you have the turn route, which is always open, just a stop, pop, quick pass and allow him to make one miss. Or you have the skinny post going right behind it. This safety is going to be in the bind as well because he can't get aggressive here because Roddy White is a savvy vet, can turn that into a post, and now you have a big play down the field. So you're putting the weak side of the defense in the bind because of the shift with the running back out in the flat. And this is one way I think Atlanta can neutralize the pressure of the Redskins defense by expanding it and going 5 wide.
Opening up the Redskins playbook, I noticed last week how they were able to take advantage of over-aggressive linebackers. A play like this, going opposite formation with the running back on a swing route, definitely caused some problems for Philadelphia. You see right here as we go to the end zone cam, the linebacker was solely focused on the back until he went across formation on the opposite side. And that threw him off because he got caught in the trash and got caught in the wash. And I think this is one way versus Atlanta. They can take advantage of an aggressive defense that wants to get downhill. They want to attack very aggressively, and I think that aggressiveness could get them into trouble versus this Redskins offensive attack. You see right here on the second play, you're going to look at how they're able to create opportunities for Jamison Crowder over the middle of the field. Again, it put the linebacker in the bind. He was stuck in the mud, had no idea what was going on. And yes, that's a rookie backer in Philadelphia and Jordan Hicks, but when you look at the aggressiveness by nature that backers want to play with, you fast forward to Atlanta, they're going to try to play with the same level of aggressiveness, and Washington can take advantage.
Keeping it rolling, we have the Redskins at the Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are playing as good as anyone in the NFL right now. The Washington Redskins need to go in and keep the ball away from that offense. Therefore, it's all about play action, Alfred Morris, play action, Kirk Cousins connecting with Pierre Garçon. My X factor in this game is going to be Kirk Cousins. Very strange that I say that because it's no secret I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan, but I think if he could make those throws like he did to beat the Eagles last week, I think that they could get drives going, sustain drives, and get the Falcons in hurry-up offense type of mode. My X factor for the Falcons is just that play-action passing game. I think it's really important for them to be able to establish Devontae Freeman, who's running the football very well, and then work that play action. Matt Ryan seems to be able to excel in that type of situation and get the ball downfield to Julio Jones. Roddy White is upset as well, so they're going to need to get Roddy White involved. He said that he's not there just to be blocking. My X factor, play action for the Atlanta Falcons. I have the Falcons winning big. Give me the Falcons 35-7.
The Redskins need to find a consistent balance between their run and pass game. They have what I consider to be a great run game and a mediocre pass game. I'm going to look to get the ball into the hands of these running backs and our tight ends out of the backfield early to make things easier for my quarterback, and then I'm going to pound the rock. They won't get lucky like they did against Philadelphia last week because Atlanta will continue to put their foot on the gas. If I'm Atlanta, I'm feeding the running backs, I'm play actioning over the top to Julio Jones. That's the recipe for success, and that's how they'll beat the Redskins this week. I like this one not to be close, 35-7.
The Redskins got a big victory last week against the Eagles. Let's see if they can carry that momentum into this week against the 4-0 Falcons, who seem to be killing it. Now, as far as the Falcons start, I start Matt Ryan. We saw last week what is happening with that offense. We don't know who's going to get the ball from the receiving standpoint, even though it's usually Julio. Let's know that Matt Ryan will still get some points up for this team. As far as I said, I'm going to sit the Falcons D. Huge game last week, but this is not the type of team that you want to start them against, okay? I'm just going to leave it like that. As far as a start for the road team, for the Redskins, I'm going to go with Alfred Morris. Oddly enough, I think that he still starts to get some more carries as they get used to the fact that they need to be a strong team up front. They need to run the ball. They need to control the clock. As far as I'm sitting the Redskins defense. Listen, again, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, it's not a good formula for them to be started. And a sleeper, again, I expect more running from the Redskins. Matt Jones and some deeper leads could be your sleeper in this game. As far as the final score, I'm going with the Falcons still pulling it off in a close one, though, 28-24.
I like the Falcons in this ball game. I think the way Atlanta is able to run the football between the A and B gap, I love their inside running game. I think that meshes well going up against a 3-4 defense. Their natural bubbles on the inside, I think they'll be able to take advantage, and then that will create opportunities in the passing game for Matt Ryan. And as we recap all of our picks, we are all in agreement going with Atlanta. I tend to side more with Chris, though. I think this will be a close game. I have a lot of faith in Washington's defense. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Falcon fan forums and Redskin fan forums for always showing football game plan support.